Welcome back to JDM Culture AE, and today we have Reza with his 2015 RCF. So Reza, tell me, how did you come to buy the RCF?
It was something that happened all of a sudden. This one day I was just playing snooker with one of my friends, and I just overheard him talking about someone selling an RCF for a very good price. And I just went up to him and I told him I'm gonna buy the car the next day if everything's fine. And yeah, that's just how it happened.
So it was a spur of the moment decision.
Yeah, definitely.
Is there a particular reason why you were so inclined to get a Lexus?
Well, it's been something me and my friend group have always been, a fan of, compared to other people who just want Germans and muscle cars. We've always been a fan of Lexuses, but specifically the ones with the smaller engines, like the IS. But I mean, this just happened all of a sudden, and I decided to jump up a few levels and go for the V8 variant, which is the RCF.
And Japanese cars, V8s are rare. This is one of those rare cars which has a V8. How does that feel?
I mean, to begin with, it's a lot of power. It's sitting at around 470 brake horsepower, and just feels amazing on the road. You can downshift and just fly on the roads.
Okay.
Do whatever you want.
Okay, and so tell me, how do you enjoy the car?
I mean, we do go on drives here to places like Jebel Jais or a few other places in Dubai, outside of Dubai. And the car actually has a driving mode called slalom, which brings all the power of the car either to the center or the nose of the car. And it really helps with the handling on turns, even though it's a rear-wheel drive and it's a V8. So you'd think, it loses traction and handling on turns, but it's actually not like that.
So despite the weight, it has the ability to perform well in corners.
Yeah, definitely. I think it performs a lot better than its competitor, which would be like maybe a Mustang GT,
right,
which has the same engine.
Okay. I spoke to you and you told me that you used to drive a Tesla, right?
Yeah.
Coming from an electric car straight up to a V8, if I tell you to choose one today, which one would it be?
It would definitely be the V8.
And what is your reasoning?
Well, you wake up in the morning and you get inside, you start the car and you hear the engine, and that's really all you want.
And the noise is enough for you to settle for the V8.
Yeah, I mean, even though it's a stock car and I haven't done much to it, but you can still hear everything in the car. Also because it has the active sound control, which brings all the engine noise and the exhaust noise in the cabin itself.
Okay. Do you have any future plans for the car?
I mean, mainly I want to maybe add an exhaust to the car, and I think that's really what it needs, just to bring out the V8 noise. But in terms of other modifications, not really as of now.
If there was someone going out there to buy an RCF, what advice would you give them?
Advice would be, firstly, to buy a clean one, because these cars are V8s and people who buy them to drive them hard. So firstly, to buy a clean one. And if they have experience with V8s before, then I wouldn't want to tell them much, but of course it's a very strong car. You would need to know how to handle the car.
Tell me about any experience that you've had where you got exposed to the culture of owning JDM cars in Dubai.
This was actually a few days ago when I just had lunch and I went to the gas station to buy water, and I ended up parking beside a Toyota Crown, and I was about to compliment the guy for his car, and since it was a right-hand steering, we were right beside each other. So I was going to tell him his car is really nice, and he actually told me I think the RCF is one of his favorite cars. And we just ended up talking for 30-40 minutes, and surprisingly, we ended up being in the same car community, which is the JDM car club that you're running.
Nice. Lexus is generally associated with luxury. How does this differ?
That's very true. And at a first glance, when people see my car, they think, oh, it might be another Uber car, or it's just, known for luxury and stuff like that. But when they sit inside, they see the bucket seats, and then, when we're driving and they hear the cutoff, the engine sound, it just completely changes their experience.
Nice. So if there's one thing in the car or one feature in the car which you really love?
So one thing I actually really like about the car is the downshift rev matching that comes with the car's stock. So you could be driving at a speed of maybe 120 kilometers an hour, and then you hold the brake, maybe like a hard brake, and you hear a nice downshift, which is literally music to my ears.
So thank you so much, Reza, for sitting down with us and talking about your Lexus.
Likewise, it was a pleasure.
like and subscribe, and see you on the next one.